Hi everyone. I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm talking to my friend Beth Weinstein about the BioCleanse. So Beth is a transformational business coach. You should check her out at bethaweinstein.com. And she's done the BioCleanse. You've done it once or twice now, Beth?
Twice, and I just bought my third one that I'm going to start after the new year.
Awesome. So tell me about your experience. Like, what was the transformation that you went through during the process?
Yeah, so the BioCleanse it's really interesting. It's a lot of physical transformation and then also energetic, but it really, Elizabeth knows my biggest struggle over the years has been trying to break what I guess you would call an addiction to sweets, like chocolate, for example, and even like maple syrup type sweets. So the BioCleanse really helped me kind of hit the reset button and kind of just get back in touch with my body and really bring a lot of awareness to what I'm eating and what I'm putting in there. So but I really actually, compared to, I've done a bunch of similar cleanses over the years, not quite similar, but compared to other cleanses, I actually found the BioCleanse to be one of the easier ones. Like, you get a deep cleanse, but you're not like dying. And I really like that.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you think it's because of the shakes? Like, did they make you feel full, or was it the herbs?
Yeah, I think, having the shakes really do have a lot more substance than I imagine them to have. And I think it was also, I would make a juice with like carrot and, whatever, like celery, and then you can mix it.
Yeah.
And, that made me feel like I was eating, so I didn't feel like I was starving myself at all. And then you drink a ton of liquid,
Yeah.
you drink a ton of water. Actually, I think you went through this, and I think other people I've talked to have gone through this, but I actually started using less and less juice over the week. Like, I actually found I didn't need all the sugars and all the juice to sustain myself. I only
Totally.
did, I think, like 2 a day. And then this next time I do it, I'm going to try doing the hot liquid vegetable broth, which I didn't do
Yeah.
before.
I love doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The vegetable broth is great because you can get all these minerals from the vegetables, and it's really warming. So especially if you're doing it during the winter, getting those warm liquids is really nourishing, and as opposed to the cold ones during the winter. Another thing you can do too, that the last time I did it was I mixed juice with water. Like, I watered down the juice to make it less sugary, which was great. It worked really well. So yeah. So let's go back to your experience. Like, when you came out of it, did you feel more attuned to how your body was responding to food? Did you feel more aligned with like what your body was truly calling for, as opposed to like the patterns of cravings that are perhaps coming from like the bad bacteria in the gut that like controls your mind and makes you crave stuff that is not actually for your body, it's for them? So yeah, what was that like for you?
Yeah. I think, the first time I did it, I think I actually had a case of like candida, right? Like, it's not like it was officially diagnosed, but I had gone through this period of having this like unusual sugar craving, and, that kind of, the need to have something sweet on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So doing this really made me, I feel like it cleared it up. And then, yeah, when I came back out, which I actually really like the way you start integrating food back in and kind of keeping the alkaline diet. That's another thing I really like, is it's made me more aware of alkaline foods. And I really, I've now met multiple people who've had cancer who've actually cured their cancer with an alkaline diet. So between that and the awareness of, what I'm eating and like not having the craving so much, and also just like feeling very light and feeling very cleansed, of course you don't want to go and start eating, Chinese takeout the next day. You want to start eating like wholesome foods and more vegetables.
Totally.
So I really like that. And I think, most people I know have lost a lot of weight doing this. I didn't really do it for weight loss. And usually I don't end up losing much weight, probably because, I don't know, probably because I still work out during it. But there is something that helps with the, like feeling less bloated, like I felt like my stomach got flatter. I just felt like more alive, and that's another thing I really liked is by day, I think it's like day 3 or 4, I actually felt like more energized, like I didn't feel tired. I actually felt like, wow, my brain is functioning better and I have more energy and I'm like sleeping great. I also try to do like Epsom salt baths during the cleanse so I can like cleanse everything in many ways. And, when you come out of that, it lasts for a while. It's not just like a quick fix just to lose weight. It's like, it's more of like, if you want to make lifestyle changes, to me, this is like a good start button. And I'm really
it's like a deep, totally. It's like a deep repatterning or reorganization of how your gut connects with your mind, and that like influences your decisions and how you eat and how you create your life. So it's a really powerful tool. I mean, any fast is a powerful tool for doing that, and this is just a particular one that's supported with the clay and the herbs to pull all that stuff out of your body and your gut and eliminate it. So what was your emotional experience like while you're on the cleanse? And or afterwards too, not just while you're on it, but what was
I think it gets easier with each one, and I've heard this from other people too. So the first one, there were some things that came up, at the beginning where it's like that first day was a little rough, and I've experienced this on other cleanses too, where you're like maybe feeling some of those symptoms that come up, or tired, but then after like day 2, I was fine. So it does, it does bring up, like, to me, I do this partially as an energetic cleanse too, like, certain change of seasons or like purging other things I'm going through in my life. I did, the last time I did it was when I left the city and I moved to upstate New York and moved out to nature, and I wanted to like cleanse myself of the city lifestyle of eating like packaged foods on a regular basis, and now I eat way more wholesome foods on a regular basis. So, and what I'm doing in the new year, like I'm going through a lot of like personal growth right now and a lot of like purging, and then I just lost a parent, so, and then it's also a new year and everybody knows this whole new year thing. It's like it's a very symbolic time. So the emotions, I use it as kind of a way to actually go inside and get in touch with your emotions, and like you have to move through all the different things that come up. Like one of the days I remember I had a really hard time where I was like getting a headache and probably a little underhydrated, and I was like, am I gonna make it? And then you're like, am I dying? You start to get like these extreme thoughts, but then of course you realize like people fast for 30-40 days and it's great, and most people I assume know that they say fasting like even once a week, they say, is actually like the key to longevity. So a lot of, what, actually one of the biggest things I've learned through doing this and maybe similar kind of detoxes is realizing how much our ego is involved in eating. Like
totally
99% of the food we eat is based on like that tastes good. And if we actually just really focused on like what nourishes us, which is more, since I've been working with this bio cleanse and, working and friends with someone like Liz, I'm starting to understand more about like getting nutrients and nutrient density and nourishment versus just like my old lifestyle was very like, oh, let me grab what's quick and easy and oh, it tastes good and it's cheap, or it's like takeout. But now I'm like, okay, where do I get the best chicken possible from like the farm down the street, or like which eggs have like the yellowest yolks, like orange yolks, and really approaching from like this more wholesome place. And you know what? Like it's actually gotten to the point where I'm like, most of the food I cook, or with my partner and I, like we cook a lot, and it's actually better than eating out. So like we don't even, it's funny because there's all these restaurants and we're like, actually we know we can make a better meal than most of those restaurants. So like, because we know it's like higher quality food. So it's changed a lot of, the emotional stuff comes up because it actually starts you questioning like why you eat certain things and like why you're feeding your body, like, and what do you really need. Like if you're just drinking this cleanse with some juice and you actually feel great, then why do we need like, a turkey sandwich with brie on it? You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
just
Yeah.
an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I find that it really highlights, it brings to the surface these self-destructive patterns that we have and these addictive patterns. And it helps realign us with understanding and really feeling like viscerally in our bodies what is fuel for our bodies. Like actually thinking about food as fuel as opposed to just like grabbing that thing like you were talking about that's convenient, but feeling like how is this energy being absorbed by my body, and then what am I doing with that energy in my life? It's very ethical. And I think I found that the cleanse is a great tool to bring awareness and make that shift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall you're eating better now is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like I am. Yeah. I mean, I still allow myself some like, chocolate, but I was just telling Liz before, the chocolate
Of course.
now is like has maple syrup or honey, or it's chocolate that I make, or it's from like the dude down the street who's making them by hand with like whatever local maple syrup. I'm very particular about like if I'm gonna allow myself like the like bad stuff, which actually isn't that bad. It's like I love cacao. Right. We need sweets. I do eat like, my boyfriend made this amazing bread the other day, and I'm like, it has gluten, but you know what? Like he made it from scratch, and it was like mind blowing, and I know what he's putting in it, and next time he'll just learn how to make it with gluten-free flour. So I'm gonna allow myself to like have 2 pieces of bread without losing my mind, but I don't eat that bread, every day. So it's more, it's put me more in touch with like, how do you balance and also eat to, like nourish your body and your brain and your mind and your spirit. And then also, like your liver, and you're being aware of your gut. And Liz knows like the pre-candida world and like my post-candida world, like I feel totally different. And now looking back, I'm like, I clearly had there was a misbalance in my gut, and it was crazy to just like be eating things and not even know why I was eating them, which, I see around so many people now. So.
Yeah. Cause it's not your body asking for those foods. It's, the bad yeast and bad microbes in your gut that's like controlling your mind. It's crazy how it works.
I know.
But yeah, just for the record, I'm definitely into the pleasurable aspect of food. I think it's essential. I think this work is just about shifting your palate so you find pleasure in these in food that's sourced better, that's higher quality, and ingredients that are coming more directly from the earth. Like you're more connected to the local land that is nourishing you. And that's nourishes on every level of being. It's the body, but it's also the mind and spirit and the community and the earth. So
the pleasure has definitely been in like, I could go buy chicken at the takeout place, or I could cook chicken, and that's like so much more pleasurable feeling and taste.
Exactly.
Fresh chicken that's like, I don't even, people know this about me, I don't even like chicken, but the chicken that's from here is like next level. And I'm like, I've actually never enjoyed chicken until I started buying this one chicken that's from a farm, and we get a delivery every week. And so that's where it's like, oh, wait a second. All these years I've been having crappy chicken. No wonder I didn't like it. Now I actually find pleasure eating it.
That's awesome. Yeah. And the truth is because there's more love in it, like from the farmers and the people making it and bringing it to you, but then also your alchemy of cooking it, and with your partner, like sharing that space it's alchemy, it's magic. And the love in that nourishes on a much deeper level. And I do find that the cleanse like helps people connect to that love energy that's so nourishing, and to cultivate more of it in their life.
My God, you just answered my question as to I've been noticing that every time I cook for my partner or his family or whatever, it turns out really good. And it's actually been kind of weird, because I'm like, I'm not that good of a cook, but for some reason it's been, everything I've made has turned out like mind blowing. And he's like, wow, this is amazing. I love it. And I'm like, I don't understand how I just did that, but hey.
It's all
totally
that
like
love. It's
the love that goes into it. It's real.
It's real. It makes the food taste better.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
a
so
secret
glad.
ingredient, but it's not a secret
I
if I
know,
tell everyone.
not secret. I'm so glad you did this video. This is totally awesome. I love that people are gonna give this a try. I think this cleanse is one of the best ones out there that you could possibly do, and I've tried them all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Beth.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate your insight and sharing your experience. It's awesome. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much. See you, Liz.